In the small town of Neskowin, on the coast of Oregon, there lies a forest unlike any other. A forest that stands as a silent witness to a natural disaster that struck centuries ago and left behind a haunting legacy. A place where the trees, once tall and proud, now stand petrified, like ghostly sentinels facing the endless sea. This is the Neskowin Ghost Forest. But before we get started, please click the subscribe button below so you can be notified about new history videos. Also, comment down below if you've ever been lucky enough to see the Neskowin Ghost Forest in person, or what other cool places you'd like to learn about. Long before the arrival of humans, the land that would become Neskowin was a lush and thriving ecosystem teeming with life. The forest was a place of towering trees, where the sun's rays filtered through the branches and illuminated the forest floor. It was a place of peace and serenity, where the sounds of nature filled the air. But then, in the year 1700, a massive earthquake struck the area, unleashing the full fury of nature. The ground shook and trembled, and a massive tsunami swept over the coast, burying the forest under layers of sand and debris. In the wake of the disaster, the once lush and thriving forest was gone, lost forever to the sea. For centuries, the Neskowin Ghost Forest lay buried and forgotten, a silent testimony to the power of nature's fury. But then, in the late 1990s, a severe storm uncovered part of the forest, revealing a haunting sight. The trees that had once stood tall and proud were now petrified, their trunks and branches twisted in unnatural shapes. Visitors to the Neskowin Ghost Forest today are struck by the eerie beauty of the place. The petrified trees stand like sentinels, a silent reminder of the tragedy that took place there centuries ago. The forest is a place of stark contrast, where the stillness and quiet of the trees is punctuated by the sound of the sea crashing against the shore. But how did the Neskowin Ghost Forest come to be? How did the once thriving forest become a petrified wasteland? The answers lie in the geology of the area. The coast of Oregon is prone to earthquakes, and the massive quake in the year 1700 that struck Neskowin was one of the largest in recorded history. The earthquake caused the ground to shake and shift, unleashing a massive tsunami that swept across the coast, burying everything in its path. As the years passed, the sand and debris that buried the forest slowly compacted, creating a layer of sediment that preserved the petrified trees. Over time, the trees became fossilized. Their organic material replaced minerals from the surrounding sediment. Today, the Neskowin Ghost Forest is a place of wonder and awe, where visitors can stand in awe of the forces of nature and the power of the earth. The forest is a reminder of the fragility of life and the power of the natural world. It is a place where one can escape the hustle and bustle of modern life and find peace and solace in the embrace of the earth. The Neskowin Ghost Forest is a place of reflection and contemplation, where one can contemplate the mysteries of life and the universe. It is a place where one can confront the reality of our own mortality and be humbled by the forces of the universe. A place where one can experience the beauty and tragedy of the world and come away with a deeper understanding of life. In the end, the Neskowin Ghost Forest stands as a symbol of the majesty and power of nature. It is a place where the past and present converge, where the eternal cycle of birth, growth, and decay can be seen in all its eerie beauty. A place where the forces of nature have left a haunting legacy, a testament to the majesty and power of the earth. The Neskowin Ghost Forest is a place of mystery and wonder, where one can be transported back in time to a world that was once lush and vibrant, a world where the trees towered over the landscape and the sounds of nature filled the air. Today, the petrified remains of those trees stand as a ghostly reminder of a world long gone. For those who visit the Neskowin Ghost Forest, it is a place that will leave a lasting impression, a place where one can connect with the natural world and be humbled by the forces of nature, a place that inspires awe and wonder and leaves one with a deeper appreciation for the beauty and majesty of the earth. So, if you find yourself in Neskowin, take a walk in the forest and be transported back in time. Let the petrified trees be your guides, and let the mystery and wonder of the Neskowin Forest leave a lasting impression on your soul. For it is the embrace of the earth, in the heart of the Neskowin Ghost Forest, that you will find the true essence of nature.